Hello, lacrosse friends. Welcome to the 2019 IIJL World Junior Lacrosse Championship. We are in Mississauga at the Paramount Fine Food Center. I'm Steven Stamp, joined by Brian Shanahan. It is semifinal number 2. The officials are coming out. Shortly, we will have Israel and Canada taking to the floor. They played in the round robin in Group A. Canada won that one 16-2, but Israel's next game, Israel's crossover game, was the Luke Pilcher show, and we expect, because his first game against Canada, he'd just come off the OLA Junior A finals the night before. It took him a bit to get into it, but the way he played and the way Israel came together in that game, we're expecting them to give Canada much more of a push.
Oh yeah, he as you mentioned, he played a playoff game the night before, came to play against Canada. Canada beat them 16-2. Pilcher was held to 2 assists, looked frustrated at times, and even in the next game, when Israel played Poland for the first quarter, he was held off the sheet. That's when we mentioned how frustrated he was looking. And then all of a sudden he scores 6 goals, 4 assists, and was just dominant, ignited his whole team. So I think he's going to be a different player today against Canada. The thing is, though, everyone in Canada saw that game. So you know who they're focusing on. You know, the biggest part of their game plan is to stop Pilcher, because you've stopped Pilcher and you probably stopped this Israel team.
You and I were talking off air about, if you're Canada, who do you send to cover Pilcher? Who's your guy? Quinn Ingles, who's been outstanding, maybe Canada's best defender in this tournament. He's a righty. He could go and take the lefty Pilcher. I think Wyatt Hoax is big enough. He's pretty athletic for a big guy, maybe not quite quick enough to stay with Pilcher. That's the challenge. Ingles a little small. He does have that quickness, but it'll be interesting to see if they try to get one guy specifically, whether it's Ingles or Hoax or, you know, Aiden Danby, whoever.
Yeah, I thought the first game they matched up Ingles, but I know it wasn't all the time. But so it might be a case of when you're on the floor, you look for him, and then backup plays. But yeah, that's going to be key, and it'll be interesting to see if they try to put one guy or just a team of different guys.
Yeah, and it's hard to say. I mean, you can't just match up every time, because, like you said, there's usually 7 or 8 forwards and about 10 defenders. The forwards are out more. You can't always have them tied up. Welcome everyone watching on Game TV, as well as our other streaming options, CBC and Lacrosse Sports Network. Thank you everyone for being with us. Wherever you're watching, we are thrilled to be bringing you this semifinal, Israel versus Canada, for the World Junior Lacrosse Championship of the International Indoor Junior Lacrosse. I'm Steven Stamp with Brian Shanahan. Israel is coming out on the floor, and as we mentioned, a 16-2 round robin win for Canada, but Israel has gotten better. Although, after they got the big lead on Australia, those plucky Australians battled back, very resilient, and Israel, it looked like there was a bit of, not panic, but they got a little nervous, I thought, as Australia battled back. And that was the U.S.
They got the big lead. Oh. Israel got the
against Poland.
Yeah, it wasn't the big lead. They got the 3 or 4
the other way.
lead.
Never mind. I take it all back.
No, Australia came back.
11 games?
So many games. That's right. Their first game was an 8-7 loss to Australia after Israel came on strong to start the game.
They got behind Poland and then just took off and put up 18 goals that were spectacular. So forget everything I said.
No, but one of the things about Pilcher that I really like, we said the same thing about Mitch Ogilvie in his game with Australia. Some good players make their teammates better, and those are the ones that coaches love. And Mitch Ogilvie was like that with Australia, and Pilcher was like that with his team the other day, because once he got going, his teammates started going. And we even did see a point when Poland was locking him off, and he just pulled himself away and let his teammates play a little 4-on-4.
And then at one point he cut in and they couldn't stop.
They cut in with a little
locked off. Interesting, of course, Luke Pilcher played with this Canadian team, many of these players, in Prague at the European Box Lacrosse Invitational in April. And he was very good. He was injured a bit, so he was limited. The following week, he played with Gold Star Tel Aviv and really established a relationship with all the Israel coaches play for Gold Star Tel Aviv and play for Israel. The coaching staff is Doug Udding, the head coach, Kevin Harper, Chris Friedman, and Jared Jensen helping him out. There's Canada, Jeff Dowling, the head coach, in the middle, Chris Fox, the GM, to our left, and assistant coach Dylan Evans to the far right of the screen, assistant coach, and Todd Wilfong is off the screen, but he is also an assistant coach. We're going to be going to the anthems in a moment. Go ahead.
Well, you know, it's interesting. You know, talk about the national teams, I think that Pilcher's good enough to play for the Israel men's team as well.
Ready to go. Israel and Canada in the semifinals for a spot against Iroquois in the gold medal game. The loser will play tomorrow at 5 in the bronze medal game against USA. The gold medal game at 8 o'clock. Following that, I'm Stephen Stamp with Brian Shanahan. We've been bringing you this entire week of action at the World Junior Lacrosse Championship. And Shanny, I just want to, well, we have a second thank you for coming out. It's really fun to have you here for the week. And I was really happy to hear you're available.
My pleasure. No, I've really enjoyed it. It's been a busy time, as you said.
Yes.
At times we forget what day it is, who's played who, but it's been a great week, and I'm really looking forward, well, not just this game, but you know, I'm starting to anticipate the gold medal game tomorrow and the bronze medal game, because
I think it'll be a great game.
I think it will. I think both of them should be good, because we have not, you know, I'm assuming Israel's going to lose to Canada. That could be a mistake, but if they do, that could be a very good game between Israel and USA.
I mean, you were saying you thought Israel was going to lose to Poland, and that's different, though.
Yeah.
Israel really came on strong, but Harry Freeman and Jordan Aki exchange a fist bump. Friedman has been outstanding. He'll be heading off to Boston University to play. I thought he actually jumped early on that, but he gets the draw, hands it off to Luke Pilcher, who was watched immediately there by Aiden Danby.
Yeah, when you get a chance, you let us know the scratches on Canada, because they've got good players that have to sit each game.
They do. Landon Kell starting in net for Canada. At the other end, it's Justin Geddie. Danby tries to wrap check Lundy. Got a little tangled up. That shot goes wide. It's going to be picked up by Jacob Parkinson. He's got Cooper Gettle ahead. Nice pass. Oh, no, it's not. It's at the hip, and he couldn't catch it. Good decision to pass, but didn't quite put it where he wanted. And Israel will come back the other way. Lucas Kenzetti. The scratches for Canada are Matisse Couillard on defense and Jacob Dunbar, a righty forward, and Lucas Nagy, the third goalie.
Okay.
Pilcher stopped by Kells. It was a pretty good look. I don't think they want to give him that much space. Ori Bar David, one of the 2 native Israelis on this team. The thin edge of the wedge, as I like to call him. Here's Huguette, Matthew Huguette. Parkinson right out on him. You can see how attentive they are. And that's actually a lefty in Oriel Mandeville on Pilcher.
Yeah, Mandeville has been on Pilcher so far, and it'll take a while before we could determine if that is the guy who's going to cover him or if it just happened to be the guy who was there at that point.
Yeah, there's no way they're sending a lefty over, I don't think, to cover him regularly. Sam Leclerc over to Seth Van Scheppen. Back to Leclerc, who's been outstanding for Canada. There's Austin Hasen. And then Keelan Pilon has been very good too. His shot goes wide, though it's going to be an over and back. The first man out is Brendan Szabo, the first defender for Canada. He's a lefty. We actually got everyone kind of reversed. The 2 lefties are on this side, and the 3 righties are on the other side.
I've never been a big proponent. I know you're talking about the stick being on the right side. I've never been one that really believed that mattered.
I think you like to have some kind of balance. It's not as important as an offense, obviously, but
because if your stick is on the wrong side for the high shot, it's on the good side for guys trying to go down low.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
True. That's why on the penalty kill these days, so many teams go with the inverse, with the 2 guys up high with the sticks in the middle, the guys down low with the sticks on the outside. But I don't think I've ever seen that alignment with 3 righties over on the side. You'd see the lefties usually and the inverse on this side. Peshko through the middle. He had 10 points yesterday in Canada's win.
Yeah.
2 days ago, sorry.
Yeah, 4 goals, 6 assists, and yeah, he had a great game. And that was the only game he played for Canada. Of course, Canada got a bye, so this is, they went straight to the playoffs after 2 games.
Here's Pilcher coming through the middle, rips it a little bit wide. Grabbed by Parkinson. He's off to the races again. This time carrying it himself. Jordan Aki following, and Pilon coming off the bench. Parkinson will shoot. Pilon picks it up. Nothing there after the save by Geddie, so he's going to slow things down. But there's Hasen. He'll shoot. Goes 5-hole. That one was swallowed up.
And one of the keys for Israel, I mean, we've talked a lot about Pilcher, but it's Justin Geddie too. For Israel to have any chance in this game, he's going to have to be outstanding, not just good, outstanding. He would have to steal a game, I believe. That's my opinion.
He's had 1 great game, 1 pretty good game. There's Pilcher on the crease. He's had chances. That one's stopped by Kells. It's in his glove.
Yeah, I think Geddie's been good this tournament. I don't know if I'd say he's been great.
No. He's had some great stretches.
Yeah.
But not necessarily the kind of game yet that he would need to have today.
And it might not be fair to expect.
Yeah, you can't put that on him. I mean, there's just so many potent weapons. There's Peshko. That's a save by Geddie. Just got the arm on it. Leclerc tracking it down. He's got Greg Wells all over him.
Leclerc's been the most dangerous offensive player for Canada throughout this tournament.
And picturesque.
Yes.
He scored some beautiful goals. Here's Peshko. There's Leclerc. He'll spin and fire a bouncer. Kind of lost his balance. Peshko to the net. That's stopped. It goes straight back. It's a crease violation, though, as Van Scheppen picked it up.
Peshko's had 3 shots already.
Just weapon after weapon that Canada throws at you. Here's Brendan Lundy, the captain for Israel.
He had his best game the other day.
Yeah. Ingles picked him. And there's the captain for Canada, Wyatt Hoax. He stumbles. Loose ball push on his back. So Ingles comes up with it, and Ingles has been spectacular. That time they had the righties, Ingles and Hoax, over on facing the Israel left.
Well, and sometimes it's just, you match up who you think your best defender is, not your best right defender or best left defender.
Peshko fighting his way through. No shot there. Some nice defense by Liam Mackay. That shot's wide, but it's grabbed well by Callan Harris. He's going to go to the bench late in the shot clock. There might be a reset as Peshko gets a shot on, but Liam Mackay, great body position. Falls down, but pops up as a couple of Israel players came to help out. I mean, I look at Saskatchewan, for instance, the rush. Kyle Rubish takes the good lefties, and Chris Corbeil takes the good righties.
I was just thinking that, but I'd also say if you're coaching Kyle Rubish, do you care which side he goes on? You say, Kyle, you can't go to that side.
But he goes to that side. Here comes Carrot to Pape on the run. We could talk about this all night, but we won't. We'll move on. Here's Sam Leclerc. Watched by Ben Tishkart, who's also been outstanding for Israel. Pilon looked like he was loading up a shot. Hasen is, and he scores.
Nice shot.
Rocket, a little low fake, then comes up over the top with the pure overhand dart.
Yeah, and Austin Hasen, who didn't play in the second game for Canada, had a goal and 5 assists in the first game. And watch this little move, sells the low shot and then puts it high. And there was only a few inches where he could put that in, and he found it. Oh, here's a nice angle.
Wow, you can see the small space. We can see a lot of open space, but tell with the angle, there wasn't much for him to shoot at, and Hasen nails it. The son, of course, of Mike Hasen, the coach of the
Yeah, you know, it's funny how we talked about how the Francis on
Brandon
Team America, Kanan Francis is not the same player at all as his dad was. Well, Hasen's the same. His dad was one of the premier defensive players in lacrosse, and Austin's an offensive star.
Penalty coming to Israel. Leclerc trying to fight off a check, does so. Hands it to Peshko. Sandberg cuts around behind the net and is slipping to the back door, but he is picked up by Greg Wells. They do get the pass to him. Here's Peshko. Hits the cutting Van Scheppen. That shot's wide, but they'll have time still. Sandberg, as they have 6 attackers, rips one. It goes back to Callan Harris. He lands in the crease. That would have been a fresh 30 for Canada. And who's going to the box?
Not sure, but it's a
Ted
holding
Wells
call.
ran over to the bench. I was wondering if it was him, and he was trying to play innocence.
Trying to confuse the referee.
They grabbed him, and he's going to the box. 2 or less for holding the stick. So the pressure will be on Jack Schenker, Riley DeLille and Liam Mackay at the top of the Israel penalty kill. Lucas Kenzetti and Greg Wells at the bottom. Canada strong left with Van Scheppen at the top. That's Peshko and Leclerc, the righties. Sandberg will come and set a pick, and Van Scheppen goes to Peshko. Another pick. Hard shot, but it's grabbed, and Pilon kind of got off the end of his stick and rolled. Oh, he had to throw the pass. Geddie under pressure, under time constraints, had to force him. Brad Lyons, great pass. There's Leclerc, buries it. And there's still a little mark where Austin Hasen's shot went, and Leclerc's hit it.
Yeah, absolutely. But, you know, you said it, Geddie was under pressure to get rid of that ball because of the 10 seconds, but the 5 seconds to get it out of the crease. It wasn't the best pass, and Canada makes them pay on the transition back up the floor.
Brad Lyons comes back in. He's an alternate captain wearing number 11, and he sat out Thursday. He's had a lingering, had a lower body and ankle injury in the summer playing for the Peterborough Lakers, and has come back, but he didn't mind having a night off, I think. But he is raring to go for this one. He was part of the team last year and was spectacular, especially in the championship game. Cooper Geddie comes up with that ball, lobs it across, and Oriel Mandeville will give it back to Geddie. Geddie may just stay. No, he's heading off.
And that's Leclerc's 11th goal in the tournament.
He's got to get some all-tournament consideration. There's Leclerc again, looking for 12, but that one's a little high and wide. Comes back out to Harris, 5 to get a shot on. They'll whip it to Peshko, who's just going to fire one on net, but he misses. Leclerc taps it down to Pilon, but the shot clock had expired. We're coming up to the first half of the first quarter. It's 2-0 Canada. I'm Steven Stamp with Brian Shanahan. That's Ori Bar David with the ball here at the World Junior Lacrosse Championship. Brendan Lundy to Endicott, kind of handcuffed him. We've seen some really good things from Jonathan Endicott, number 10, the righty.
Yeah, he scored, in the 16-2 loss, he scored both goals.
Oh, there's a lovely goal.
Oh,
Brendan Lundy just pounds that one in on the pass from Buchanan.
I'm glad they didn't call, but I thought he stepped in the crease as that ball was rolling in.
We'll see on the replay, because what Kel's got me.
Well, that's it. I thought Kel's got a piece of it, and of course, yeah, the ball did go in, but I thought Lundy was.
Oh, we can run that again. Do we have time?
Yeah, awfully close.
Yep, here we go. Run it back. Okay, the ball is on the line. There's the shot. I don't
it's hard to tell, but I have no problem with the goal.
Yeah.
You know what? We don't have challenges, and generally I like it when the referees, if you're going to err on the side of the goal.
Yep, that pass caught by Leclerc. What a great catch. The shot misses. And we've been praising Quinn Ingles pretty vociferously because he's been great, but that one he just lost Brendan Lundy on the slip pick going to the net. Got to be fair.
Yep.
Leader Ashtamkar hands it off to Oribar David. There's Endicott. Ingles comes to get him. And D's up pretty solidly on that one. Here's Pilcher. Again, Zabo on him. Maybe that is a matchup they don't mind. And Lyons, the lefty over there on Lundy. It seems to be a strategy Canada's using, is to have that kind of inverted defensive sticks. Maybe they think that will...
you bringing up that debate with me again?
It looked weird to me.
Yeah, I'm guessing that it's not by accident.
No, I mean, these guys have worked on this. They put some thought into what they're doing for sure. Peshko down to Harris. Tries to hit him on the give and go. Peshko just couldn't handle it, or he would have had a great scoring opportunity. Outlet pass to Tabak. That's going to be an over and back.
Yeah, just an awkward bounce off the stick. Couldn't handle it.
Here's Hasen with another one. 3-1 Canada as Hasen's second goes between the legs of Justin Geddie.
I was thinking top corner all the way, and Hasen switches it up. Nice scoring chance. 5-hole on Geddie.
Peshko with the pass to set that up. After that over and back, Aki and Friedman back at the faceoff dot. It's going to be a bit of a pause while a broken stick is returned to the Israel bench. 5:46 to go here in the first quarter. Thanks everyone for being with us at the WJLC. Made almost 2 complete revolutions here. Finally, Friedman able to pull it out. And it looks like it's going to be Cooper Geddle getting to it first. He's kind of banged into the boards, and they say illegally, so Canada will get the ball. Geddle.
Look at this.
Back door to Van Scheppen, who is stopped by Geddie.
How does a guy 6'6" get in there?
Unnoticed?
Yeah, unnoticed.
Yeah. Pilcher zips across center. That's Tishgart with him. He's going to wait and hand it off to Matthew Huguet. Parkinson heads out on Huguet. That's Bryce Schmerman. Off the crossbar post meeting point. And Pilcher with just a nice little play to keep Geddle from able to pick the ball up. 30 shouldn't have go off, reset. Yeah. So.
And I think the referee made that clear.
We talked about it earlier in the week as the shot clock official showed the universal language, put the hand up, and was like agitatedly hitting the button again. Yeah. Sure. I was trying to do it. Here comes Schenker. He's got a trailer, and Ryan Foley hands it to him. He'll leave it for Lundy.
Canada did a good job of getting their defense on quickly.
Yes. Those are the little things that go beyond talent. That's determination and desire. Leclerc is out there, though, and there's a goal by Schenker. Leclerc got kind of spun around. As we're talking about the O guy on D, he gets burned. And a nice goal by Schenker. And this is already quite a different game than we saw in the round robin.
Yeah, you know, and this one has to be stopped. And look at the 5-hole right now. You can see the opening, and we've talked about the sticks, the plastic sticks, as opposed to the wooden sticks. And I don't know if he just saw something. Who was that scored that goal? Was it
Jack Schenker?
Okay.
Mostly a D guy. Stayed up for the odd O shift. And I mean,
that was 94 scored that?
Yep.
Okay.
It really was.
Jack Schenker from LaGrangeville, New York.
There you go. Never even heard of that town until this week.
No.
Here's going to the net is Parkinson. Saved by Geddie. He's been good. He's been giving them what they need for the most part. I mean, both those shots by Hasen and Leclerc to the top corner were perfect. And then Hasen bounces, but I'm not sure you can fault him on the goals.
No.
Pilcher to Huguet. Kenzetti tries a shot. Wyatt Hoax comes up with it. He's got Schmerman with him.
Three on
He's
one.
also got Pilon. That's the boy wise pass, and it's a goal. You go to the O guy on his correct side, streaming it off the bench, and Pilon buries it.
Yeah, nice goal, nice finish by Pilon. We've talked about Pilon, the summer he had for St. Catharines Athletics. Watch here, just casually fakes high, goes across. As that 5-hole opens up, he puts it in.
4-2, Canada goes ahead. 3:31 to go here in the first quarter.
Yeah, Pilon scored 81 points, 34 goals, 47 assists for St. Catharines Athletics. They had a great season.
Friedman kicks it ahead to himself. Danby and Mandeville there. That's going to be a loose ball push on Mandeville. Tishkart will get possession for Israel. Boy, the refs have been spot on this game. They're really sharp in their game as well so far. Tabak takes it, gets it down to Staumkar.
Israel is slow to get their players on the floor.
Bar David with the short pass to Huguette. And this is Lundy. Rips one off the face of Kells. Tabak tried to pick it up, can't. Parkinson will get it. Boy, he's got some wheels. Look how fast he gets up the floor. Then he pulls up at the restraining line when he sees 4 white jerseys with the blue shoulder caps of Israel. Geddie gets a pick from Leclerc. That's another thing. These Canada players, generally stars in their own right, but they are all willing to go and do the work, set the picks for each other.
Oh, yeah.
Leclerc, 3 on the shot clock, so he'll just fire one. Stop by Geddie in the all-important rebound control.
And as we were mentioning earlier, Canada's got the advantage that they've got enough bodies here that somebody who is a star is going to be sitting. So I think everyone has to buy into the program.
They do.
You know, Austin Hasen's 2 goals so far.
That ball is loose. Lundy's trying to reach it. He's called for the crease. You can pick the ball up. You can't just tip it in. That's why he didn't just try to poke it. You have to possess it in the mesh.
Yeah, I was mentioning Austin Hasen didn't play last game, was a healthy scratch.
Yep.
The first game, Peshko didn't play, had 10 goals in his, or 10 points in his next one.
Almost had one there. Didn't go through the crease, so it's okay. Must have just avoided it. There's Sandberg, passes it down low, hard shot Leclerc. Great save, Geddie. It's grabbed by Harry Friedman, and he will get out of some trouble as he gets it ahead to Mackay, who threw it to Tishkart, and Wyatt Hoax quickly pounces on that loose ball. Very alert play. He's got Leclerc trailing. He's going to throw it up high to Danby and let the offense get out and settle as Hasen takes it, now goes to Leclerc. Van Scheppen rips it. Nice save. Geddie just stuck his hand there to get it.
We've seen Van Scheppen score a few goals from there already. Oh, nice pick and roll, they called it.
Yeah, illegal pick.
Yeah.
Mackay takes it.
I haven't seen Pilcher on the last couple of shifts.
Yeah. Wonder if there's something.
He's not on again.
Oh, he's actually well down the bench, away from the O door, so maybe he's strained something. Lundy trying to open some space. Parkinson on him. Switch was with Schmerman as Huguette comes out. Hard shot hits Parkinson in the back. 4 to shoot. Bar David has it. Gets one on Kells, but he snags that rebound off the loose ball, off the save. Parkinson to DePape. DePape from Winnipeg, Manitoba. Hasen back to Peshko. Nice pass on the crease. Hasen going for the hat trick. Can't get it. Harris on the rebound, but he's going to land in the crease.
Good job by Peshko. It looked like he had holding the ball with just one hand on the stick. It looked like an easy stick check, and he just out-muscled the guy.
12 seconds in the quarter.
There's Pilcher back on.
Yep, Pilcher takes the pass back from Lundy. Across to Tabak. Double team. They go to Bar David. Everyone's all over him. No shot will happen. And Canada will go into the first break after the first period. Quarter 4-2 leading. I'm Stephen Stamp with Brian Shanahan. This is the IIJL World Junior Lacrosse Championships, and we'll be back in 2 minutes. See you then. Welcome back, lacrosse friends, to the World Junior Lacrosse Championship here in Mississauga. I am Stephen Stamp with Brian Shanahan. We are ready to roll with period number 2. Aki and Friedman back to the face-off dot. It's interesting watching, they're chatting away the relationship between face-off guys.
Yeah.
Kind of like the goalie union, where you see the goalies go to the bench, always have the glove cap and things. Then you have time to talk, these two guys, and they
see each other a lot. Yeah. I'd say that first quarter, I'd say that both teams, both coaching staffs have to be pretty happy. Israel's already matched the total goals they scored against Canada the first game, and I think Canada knows it's a process. They're not expecting to blow teams away. There's nothing Canada did wrong in their game.
Oriel Mandeville scoops in and grabs that loose ball. He's going to cut underneath, go to the net. He's got a chance, misses it, and it goes up and hits. I think that's one of the lights hanging from the ceiling that wanged into. Banged into? Brian Foley up over center. Ingles on him. Foley gets underneath. There was help coming, if necessary, from DePape. This is Jonathan Endicott. Lyons watches him. David lost the ball. Here's DePape on the run. He's got Zabel with him. They're going to switch sides and just slow things down. I think if they'd been on their shooting hand sides, they might have gone to the net there.
It was a good recovery by Israel because there were some guys close to the bench that recognized they were in trouble. So that was a good play.
Couple of forwards out there as David and Endicott both playing D here. That's Ted Wells trying to stop Pilon, who drives to the net, pops it back out to Sandberg. He'll rip one off the crossbar, comes straight back to him. Fresh 30 for Canada. Now you can really try and attack those forwards if you want to. Pilon behind the back to Sandberg, goes to the net. Oh, we've seen him be effective from there. It happens again. 5-2 Canada.
A nice goal. Sandberg made that easy, but it was a good two-man game. Pilon makes the pass. Let's have a look. Pilon drives and two players cheat to him. That gives Sandberg all kinds of room, and when he gets alone, he's not making a mistake.
So effective driving inside, using the big body, using the reach, and some pretty nice hands to go with him.
Yeah,
Friedman pulls it out.
Delta BC, played for the Delta Islanders, had 45 points for them this summer.
How many games did he play?
16 games, 13 goals, 28 assists.
Of course, this is at a U20 age. These are guys who still have junior eligibility left, chance for Leclerc. So a lot of times, these guys are on the verge.
Sandberg is
really
2001. He's got 2 more years of 3 more years of junior.
He's a young man, but very talented to go with the big size. And they're going to call illegal pick on Peshko. Getting a little overzealous against Harry Friedman. Israel will come forward. Liam Mackay. Lundy had to reach out for that one and wound up falling and bouncing off the knee of Ingles, and then he recovers it. As Tom Kerr on him as the ball popped loose for a moment, but again the recovery in this one to Schmerman. He's got a man, Hasen on the crease, got the pass through, but the behind the back shot missed, but Schmerman gets it back. Nice shift for him, and he'll head to the bench for a replacement. Zabo off to Harris. Leclerc fires one. By the feet, picked up by Hasen. Almost went in, diving save.
Oh my, that almost went in.
That was Jordan Segal, who dove back. Sorry, Ted Wells. No, it was Segal, number 8. They were both out there, 8 and 9. But Segal with the diving save to keep that from rolling across. Lundy. Ducks underneath, gets a shot, misses far side. Tabak after it, but it's going to bounce right over the pair of players there, and Aki will grab it. He's 1-on-2, 1-on-3. We'll go back to Danby. Oh, he bounces one through. Wasn't quite caught by Peshko. That was a nice play by Danby to get that one. Oh, and the pass gets through to DeLille. He picks it up. Save, Landon Kells.
Nice save by Kells.
Geddie into the offensive zone, pulls up. We'll leave it for Ingles, who immediately hands it off to Seth Van Scheppen. There's Hasen. Hard shot, but a little wide. Harris. 5 to shoot, and he fires a hole.
Oh, nice.
Shot that finds a hole. Not sure where the hole was, but he found it.
Yeah, sneaky little shot by Callan Harris. You know, it doesn't look like a real dangerous play. Watch as he comes up, but it's just a nice shot.
5-hole.
And kind of shoots awkwardly across his body as he's running away from the net.
Yeah.
Bit of a screen, I would imagine, in front of Geddie.
A little bit of a change-up as well. Wyatt Hoke's out to take the face-off against Friedman. Hoke will do that relatively regularly for Canada.
It's Harris's 4th goal of the tournament.
Friedman comes up to it, runs it back into his own end, gives it to Tishgart. Ingles there to meet him. Big collision. Ball pops out. Ingles kind of tosses him down. Stick goes with him.
I think Tishgart could have found an easier route than trying to run through Ingles.
I don't think running through Ingles is ever a really good idea if you have an option. When there's Ingles and the board, and those are two hard objects.
Exactly, and it really wasn't necessary there.
No. Here's Leclerc, twister, gets the shot on. Ball pops loose, and then Shepard about to pick it up. Schenker
and
gets up on him.
pretty much knocked that ball out of his crease.
Peshko changes direction. Tishkart cut up on Leclerc. Being physical with the Canadian forwards, Israel's defense really getting into their grills. Van Scheppen steps around, wide open space, misses the net. Schenker tried to lob it ahead.
Yeah, not a good decision.
Yeah, he's trying to get to Lil.
And look at the change. They've got 4 guys going off the floor.
Oh, and they score. Austin Hasen with the hat trick. Probably a good thing because all 4 Canadians did go right to the crease, and there were a couple of Israeli players who, had that been stopped, were gone the other way.
Yeah, well, it was a long shift on defense for Israel, so they lost the ball. They had 4 bodies that I'm assuming they must have been exhausted. They all went to the bench for fresh bodies, and that's what caused that 2, 3, 4-on-1 for Canada. Let's look how many Canadians. Oh yeah, you're right. There's a lot of Canadians.
Canada gets the ball off the face-off, Cooper Geddie. But I mean, that was a perfect example, showing the 4 of them all within a step of the crease. Not how you draw it up, but it worked.
No. That's what we were talking about the other day. Like anything more than a 2-on-1 is really redundant, superfluous.
Sometimes the 3-on-1 at least gives the guy the 2 options, but only if it's spaced out properly.
Yeah.
There, everyone was just running to the same spot pretty much. Who's got the ball? There it is. Luke Pilcher. Wasn't sure if it was him or Mackay, and then Mackay headed to the bench. Pilcher. It's been fairly quiet so far in the game, as he was in the first game against Canada. Did ring the 1 shot off the crossbar. He is pinned.
They'll hold him there for 10
with
seconds.
Holding being held by Canadian coaches. And yeah, they're going to call it now as he wasn't able to cradle.
And even if he wasn't withholding, Canada would have been happy just to keep him there for 10 seconds.
Yeah, that long pass is too far for Peshko. So Schenker comes up with it. Nice little touch pass ahead to Tishgart. He gets by Schmerman, who'll give chase. Ingles coming and flattens him. Oh, a penalty coming on that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought that was a good hit. Let's see that one again.
Yeah, if we can run it again, that would be.
Now, was
Ingles
that
straight to the box?
Might have been a little bit late, but I think Tishgart's going to be having nightmares about Ingles because that was him in the boards earlier.
It's a touch late, I guess. So with the scores now.
Well, let's check it out.
Here it is. Maybe?
No, that's not it.
Nowhere near. Okay, we're on the power play for Israel. Pilcher at the top. Endicott. Spar David. I mean, it was definitely a touch late. Spar David up to Pilcher on the reset after they got the rebound. Pilcher will track it down. He's got Lundy to his right. Flips it to him behind the back. That pass low for Bardava, but goes straight to Pilcher, who bangs it off the boards. It'll come back to him, but gets away. Zabo almost had it. Eventually, it's going to be Aki coming up with the ball for Canada.
We hear Chris Fox, assistant coach, out of trouble.
Aki was running deep. Harris to Sandberg. Leclerc keeps it going over to Peshko. Four to shoot. Peshko fires one, stopped and handled by Geddie. Here comes Mackay. Pilcher at the top. Immediately to Lundy. Back up. Behind the back. Oh, great job to Pape right on top of Lundy. Here comes Parkinson. He's got Mandeville with him. Those are two speedsters, and Parker's shot is stopped. Nice job by Endicott to keep the bounce from coming out to Mandeville. Here comes DeLille.
Canada's short man has done a great job of getting their sticks in the lane, not giving the easy shots. Lundy looked like he was in a good position to shoot, and the sticks got in the way.
And they've got different players doing it. I mean, they're all doing this. Is a different group with Lyons and
well, that seemed like an early shot clock.
That's a goal. Yeah, the shot clock I don't think was correct as it went off. It may have distracted Landon Kells. Yeah, he's got his palms up. He's
it might have, but you know you can't play that. And when I heard it go off, I thought, how is 30 seconds up? There's no way. And you know the rule is you play the referee's whistle. It doesn't matter.
That's a nice shot by Lidor Stomkar.
I don't think he gave up on the shot.
Played it.
That's Stomkar's second goal of the tournament.
Now, was that a power play goal, or was Ingles out of the box and on his way there?
I thought that was a power play goal.
Okay, he had not left the box, so that is a power play goal that releases him. Friedman and Aki back to it. 3 for Israel, 4 for Aki, 4 for Canada. Ball pops out. Who's going to get there first? It's Liam Mackay. Geddie on him. Nobody's been able to corral it yet. Wells comes up with it. Nope, he doesn't. Aki trying to. For a moment, it was in the stick of Friedman. Now he does get it. Throws it to Mackay. He'll whip it behind the back to Ted Wells. Of course, there's no possession for most of that. So Israel still with 19 seconds on their shot clock. Lundy can't take the pass from Huguette. And here comes Mandeville. He's got Hasen coming off the bench. There was a window, but it would have been tight, and I think it was probably wise to pull it out. Van Scheppen over to Leclerc. He's got a lane. Down to Pilon. His shot stopped, but it's going to come to the corner where Van Scheppen's the first one there.
Way too much room for Pilon. Israel defense just backed off.
Van Scheppen to Hasen. Oh, Sandberg was right on top of the crease, but the ball got on him so quick. Couldn't make the catch. There's Leclerc going to get a pick from Hasen. No, it's a slip. Behind the back, great pass. The save, and it just rolls wide. Sandberg was reaching in, and Geddie had to grab that rebound. Here comes Tishgard.
Hasen's been fantastic this game. He's been the best offensive player for Canada to this point.
Ingles comes to meet Tishgard just to continue the nightmare. Huguette over to Lundy. Pilcher's behind the net. He comes out to take the pass. Wants to go across the top. On his offside. Tries a little jump shot. He's going to get a fresh 30. He was late in the shot clock. He bounced it off of Kell's shoulder up into the mesh.
That's a good play because there was no scoring opportunity, so to get a fresh reset's huge for them.
Lundy. Slip pick from Huguette. Great defense by Zabo to get back on him and then to jump up on Pilcher. Boy, Brendan Zabo's having a strong game. Huguette feeds it through to Lundy, who misses. He had Kells dropping.
He had beat Kells cleanly.
Ingles, he's got Lyons with him. He'll pull up. Lyons stays down deep. Now Lyons heading to the bench along with Ingles as Harris gets some help from Pilon. The pass to Sandberg, and there's a chance for Leclerc.
Nice shot.
What a great pass to just kind of almost lob it up to him and just let Leclerc run onto it.
Watching Leclerc shoot, he's just so smooth. But yeah, nice play by Sandberg, and Leclerc seems to be just one of these guys that sees the open spaces in the net. He doesn't see the goalie. He sees where the net is, and that's where the ball goes.
Wouldn't you love to have that vision?
Oh,
To see the open spaces instead of the huge block spaces?
It's a natural thing for great scorers. They you know, even if it's small areas, they see it and they put the ball there.
Another extended face-off battle, and again the ball comes out and is battled for, and Parkinson will come up with it. Goes towards the net. He's been running the floor very effectively. He'll lob it out to Geddie now, and Van Scheppen will take the ball. Just over 4 minutes to go here in the first half. I'm Stephen Stamp with Brian Shanahan. It's the IIJL World Junior Lacrosse Championship. Van Scheppen. Backdoor attempt to Leclerc. Just got away from him. You saw him take a quick peek. Saw Greg Wells, knew where he had to go. Backdoor attempt, Van Scheppen. That's
back in the crease.
Yeah.
I thought the referee was going to miss that for a second.
He hesitated. There wasn't much question as Ryan Foley just tapped it straight towards Geddie. Leclerc on the crease to Van Scheppen. That's a goal. You can't just keep giving him that much space.
Yeah, and that, you know, after the turnover, Israel was just flat-footed. Give Canada credit. So that ball was blown in. They're not waiting for the other team to get ready. Van Scheppen's going to the net, and he's open, and Israel was for a second, and it only took that long for them to pay. Yeah, watch, the ball goes in, referee blows it in, Israel's still standing around.
Very flat-footed.
Yeah.
Ryan Foley was racing down to try and get Van Scheppen. I don't think he was the closest guy, just the most alert. Didn't do it. Mandeville will have it now. It's 9-3 Canada. We're into the final 3.5 minutes of the second quarter. Sandberg right on top to Harris, just misses. Gets leveled for his troubles, but it's picked up by Pilon. Out to Peshko, and Leclerc takes it now. Sidearm rip. Pilon has it, just 2 on the shot clock, and he'll roll it into the corner. Doug Udding, the head coach for Israel, giving his guys an exhortation, saying, way to go, way to go. Give them a big round of applause as they came off that defensive shift. Very pleased with them getting that 30-second violation. Pilcher rips one, that goes wide. Brendan Lundy spins off the check. Pilcher late in the clock is going to try something. Doesn't get to end it. It's Ingles on the run. He's looking to the bench. Nobody there. So he'll spin back and throw it to Lyons. Lyons, a second-round pick by the Toronto Rock in last year's NLL draft. There's some players this year who are going to be picked, I think. That pass to Van Scheppen. Pilon rips one sidearm around the screen. Oh, nice pass to Harris. The stop by Geddie. Picked up by Ted Wells. Van Scheppen with the forecheck. Pilon there to help. Perfect timing. Oh, great job by Wells to fight through as we get into the final 2 minutes. Liam Mackay, watched by Hoax. Nice shift of direction by Hoax to go with Mackay and get up on Ori Bar-David. Talked about some of these Canadian players. Hoax, I think, is the kind who you don't necessarily notice a lot because he's just such a solid, steady defender. Captain, solid leadership as well. Kells traps that and pulls it back to himself as the 30 expires on Israel. Parkinson ahead to Hoax. Sandberg has a nice goal earlier and a really nice assist on the Leclerc goal. Another pass to Leclerc. He might get another one. Spinning. Oh, great defense. Slide help. Jordan Segal. Sorry, Ted Wells. Having a little trouble with the 8s and 9s.
I thought it was 8. I thought that was Segal. That was Wells?
That was Wells. I'm seeing it now. It's Ted Wells. Yeah, see his name on the back?
Yeah, very nice play.
Yeah. Pilcher, swim move. The pass was there for Endicott, but he wasn't in a position to make the pass. Bar-David's shot is stopped, and Kells rakes it back to himself. I thought Kells was a little shaky early, but he's really settled.
Yeah, he's playing well.
Zabo hits Geddie. Oh, that's nice. A lovely dip and dunk. And a penalty coming after.
And I was just going to compliment Zabo on his defense, because I think you might be right. He seems to be picking up Pilcher quite a lot. And Zabo's not a tall guy. He's only 5'11". Maybe there's so many 6'3" guys out there, it makes him look a little shorter. But playing well on defense and adds the transition element to his game there for his first goal of the tournament. But you watch on defense how many times he's the guy who's picking up Pilcher. And even though Pilcher did a swim move on him last time, he recovered it and just played the body, didn't let him go anywhere.
Yeah, no, it's a good idea. And that's a object lesson for young lacrosse players. Swim move, fine. Check, body check.
Exactly.
Cross check to the body.
The swim move doesn't work when you stay on the body.
Unless it's Dan Dawson doing it. Because he's tough to stop when he does it.
Well, he's a tough body to stop.
He is. One of the all-time greats. Mandeville. Across to Peshko. We're into the final 31 seconds, 30 seconds, 23 on the shot clock. So Canada can't take last shot here. Van Scheppen gets it back from Sandberg. Peshko comes in and shoots. Might have been going for, I'm not sure what they're going for there. Timeout, Israel.
And this is just,
Geddie had the ball in the crease.
They have a timeout, so they might as well use it to help them get the ball over half.
Well, you can bring, if you want.
You're going to say bring an extra body for the goalie?
Yeah. Go 5-on-5 and just work for the last shot.
Yep.
It's not really a high-risk move. I would do it. Pull the goalie, put your 5 runners out.
Well, I'd say
maybe Liam Mackay who can run it up.
If you're pulling the goalie, it's just to break that press.
Well, I mean, with 15 seconds left in the half.
Oh no, I like that play, pulling the goalie. It's just it's a touchy subject over the last couple of years when the Saskatchewan Rush got burned on it.
Still say it was the right call.
I do
pull
too.
The goalie, and it just didn't work out. And 999 times out of 1,000, Chris Corbeil makes that play. It just bounced off his stick. He's a great player.
And it's the right call. The fans don't know what we're talking about. The Rush had a 1-goal lead with the ball with what it was, about 8 seconds to go.
I think it was maybe a bit more. 12.
Maybe a bit more. They pulled their goalie to no, basically what these guys are doing here to take away the press, and a bobbled shot and empty net goal, tie game, loss in overtime, loss of a championship.
Initially a save with a face by defender. Pilcher runs into the offensive zone. They've got 8 seconds, so it works out pretty well. Can they get a shot? Lundy, 5 seconds. Pilcher's going to go set a pick. Endicott's at the top. Lundy is stripped. Comes to Endicott. Pilcher's going to run out of time. And we will be taking a break. It is halftime. It is 10-3 for Canada. I'm Stephen Stamp with Brian Shanahan, World Junior Lacrosse Championship here in Mississauga. We'll be right back. Welcome back, lacrosse friends, to the 2019 World Junior Lacrosse Championship. I'm Steven Stamp. He's Brian Shanahan, and a pretty good quarter for Canada. It was 4-2 after one quarter. Canada pulls away with a 6-1 spread in the second.
Yeah, and it's kind of what you expect. They just play their game. They seem to be patient about it. They seem to know if they keep doing the right things, sometimes they're not going to score a pile of goals like that first quarter, but they got 6 there, and over a game, they're going to be averaging around 5 goals a quarter if they do what they practice.
They're on target right now for 20, so I know Israel was hoping to be closer than they were last time, have a go at them. Right now it's a little tough, but Israel will try to battle back. We're going to take a look at the highlights shortly, and they're really dominated by Canada, just taking advantage of opportunities.
Yeah, fast break opportunities. Canada is good. Like anytime they get a step on a guy, they seem to make the most of it. This is the first goal of the game. That's Austin Hasen, who has got 3 goals, and he's been the best player on offense for Canada so far. And shortly after that, Sam Leclerc scores his first goal of the game. Brendan Lundy, it's a nice play, slips away from his man and puts it in, and that made it 2-1. But then it's Canada on the fast after a turnover, and that's Austin Hasen who puts the bounce shot. That made it 3-1. And again, it was a pretty good first quarter for Israel, who makes it 3-2 on this play. That was
Jack Schenker.
Jack Schenker and
You
Kells.
still don't quite believe it.
Kells would like to have that one back, yes. But then on the fast break again, the man coming off the bench, that was Keelan Pilon scores a goal. That made it 4-2. That was the end of the quarter. The next quarter, Canada turns it up a notch. Sandberg, he's a big man. He drives to the net, scores one. And this was a sneaky little goal by Harris. Comes up high and just sharp turn, puts it in the short side. 6-2 at that point. And a little while later on the power play, Ashtomer scores his goal. Did I say his name right?
That's Tom Carrot.
That's Tom Carrot. And then Sam Leclerc scores his second to make it 8-3. Watch the defense here, kind of sleeping. Seth Van Scheppen sneaks in, scores a quick goal.
Yeah, on the reset on that one.
And then Brendan Szabo, I love this finish. Oh no, Szabo didn't score the goal, he got the assist, okay.
Right, that was Cooper Geddie with the finish. And now you, of course, you're just mentioning Brendan Szabo playing for Ireland at the World Indoor Lacrosse Championships this fall in Langley, BC, with some Shanahans.
Yeah, a couple of Shanahans. There's a couple of Szabos and a couple of Shanahans. My son Devlin is a goaltender on that team, and my son Seamus, who's a little bit older, he's a forward on that team. But yeah, they went to Dublin last year to try out for the team, and it's coached by Jeff Dowling, the coach of team of Canada here. So
the connections within the lacrosse
exactly
world.
It's a small world, and we've seen a few guys playing for different teams that they're looking for that for Team Ireland, and I'm looking forward. You're going to be there, right?
I'm going to be there. I'm heading out to Langley right after the National Lacrosse League entry draft, so that's going to be a fun time.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward.
Tournament. And once again, we know Team Canada will be favored in that tournament. And of course, Iroquois, just like in this tournament, Iroquois will be, I guess, the number 2 ranked team. But it's exciting, and a few more teams too.
Canada and Iroquois have finished first and second in every World Indoor Lacrosse Championship, with the U.S. third. I know Israel's trying to break into that, much like they're trying to break in here. But as a first-time nation in this event, they've got a little ways to go, a long ways to go in the second half here, as Canada leads 10-3, and we are going to come back with the second half after a break. But it is Canada 10, Israel 3. We'll be back at the World Junior Lacrosse Championship in Mississauga right after this break. We'll see. Hello, lacrosse friends. Welcome back to the 2019 IIJL World Junior Lacrosse Championship. I'm Steven Stamp with Brian Shanahan. It's 10-3 for Canada. They're 30 minutes away from returning to the gold medal game at this event, where last year they beat Iroquois. The Iroquois are awaiting them again. Israel will try to peck away at that 7-goal lead. They'll start by trying to get possession to Harry Friedman at the faceoff. He's done a pretty good job of that.
Now, what was the score in the championship game last year?
You would ask me that. 16-9, I'm guessing, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to find out, though.
I'm already starting to look forward to that game. Anticipate these two teams playing each other.
15-10. I was pretty close. Okay. Pilcher with the ball. First possession for Israel in the second half. Oh. And there's a major penalty to Tishkart up on the board. Did he have that already? He did.
I'm trying to remember what it was.
I can't remember. Wow, so a 5-minute penalty for Ben Tishkart. So Canada with a chance off the bat to try and extend this 7-goal lead, and Sam Leclerc with it. Bounces one for Peshko.
Oh, that's right. Israel was short at the end of that period.
Yeah.
I can't remember the penalty, though.
Backdoor pass. Nice save by Geddie coming across to stop Leclerc. Peshko races in. Leclerc's not going to pick it up. He'll let Peshko get it. Off the post. It's going to come back to Leclerc. Another fresh 30. Sorry, this is our 11th game of the week. So there is a bit of blurring at times.
I'm pretty sure we didn't agree with the penalty call.
There's a shot by Pilon.
Nice save by Geddie.
Kenzetti. That's a nice play to just roll that between the two checkers. Pilcher has some trouble picking it up, though. And it's grabbed by Quinn Ingles. He's got Pilon there. There's a goal. Nope, they're going to say crease. Nice play by Ingles, though.
Yeah.
Good pass. Pilon just a little too far. He's going to try and track that down.
Scored one from there earlier in the game.
Zabo slips in. One of the alternate captains for Canada. And the more you see of him play, the more you understand why he's wearing an A for this team with the leadership, the effort that he puts in.
He just works hard, yeah.
Such a smart player, too. Liam Mackay, nice pickoff. He's going to try and run away from Peshko. Peshko, big strides, but Mackay with quick ones. But Peshko got there, turned him aside.
That was Peshko, that was
Van Scheppen, sorry.
Van Scheppen, and those long legs by Van Scheppen. And Sandberg didn't let him totally get away.
Basically the same applies to Van Scheppen as Peshko. Long legs, long strides. 6 seconds left. Lundy's shot. And Alina Rushka now in for Canada, makes that save.
Nice shot, nice reset for Israel.
Canada, like the Iroquois, will have a decision to make between the pipes. I think Gage King and Cecil Jacobs both made their cases. We'll see who starts for them in the final. And Lane Rushka trying to convince that he should be the one ahead of Landon Kells, who played the first half.
Some tough calls from the coaches. The coaches are going to have to make tonight.
Lucas Nagy was very good in the game against Israel. As Canada won 16-2.
And not just the goaltenders. It's which players are you dressing in the game.
I mean, if this is going well, you may stick with the same roster. I mean, Matisse Couillard, the young player from Quebec who's not in the lineup tonight. He's a very good player, but still on the less experienced side than some of the others, and maybe
sometimes those decisions sometimes can be dictated by who's healthy, at the end of a game.
Yeah. Here's Hasen down to Leclerc. Nobody came to get him. He stopped, thought, well, I'll just go back. They get the reset after the save by Geddie. Nice catch by Pilon. No look pass by Callan Harris, and it just skipped off of Leclerc's stick. Big chop there by DeLille. 15 to shoot. That one's off the post and up out of play. And Leclerc will just go pick up the ball for another 30.
Another no-look pass by Harris. I like the passes he's been making to the crease.
This is pretty good defense for Israel. as they have killed all but the final 37 seconds now.
You just jinxed them there.
Sorry. As I was saying, and I thought, oh, what have I done? There's Leclerc. There's a save by Geddie. Mackay gets it. And the jinx may be broken if he can just get clear. There we go. Israel into the offensive zone. Petro knocks down Mackay. Israel wanted to call. I think that was a good play.
Was hoping to get a hit from behind goal, but yeah, that was
on the side. I think he was spinning. Here's Endicott going to the net, shoots. Nice save by Rushka as Endicott almost got that one through. Great job by DePape to jump out and grab that loose ball before anybody else could. The penalty is over. We're back to 5-on-5 lacrosse.
Yeah, very good kill by Israel, as you were saying before it was over.
You're not letting that one go. Van Scheppen through to Harris. Great save, Geddie again. That's not a backhand because it just bounced off Foley. Yeah, I think that's a great non-call. Big hit by Hasen on Tishkart. Oh, the flip pass by Leclerc. Oh, there is a penalty coming.
They did call that.
Okay, illegal body check. I thought they were letting it go.
I thought they were letting it go too, and I was a little bit surprised just because sometimes like the viciousness of the hit. There's some nice saves by Geddie here. Very good shift.
There's the pass.
We're going to see
Here he comes. Did he have the ball? You know what? Tishkart hadn't caught the ball yet. It's probably just a split second early. And regardless of what you think, whether you think that's penalty or not, I'd say that's consistent with what's been being called.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think that's the right call, probably.
And I say you still make that play all the time.
Oh, yeah, you still lay the hit. Just hope that maybe just a fraction of a second later, but I mean, it's tough to gauge, right?
Yeah,
I mean, if he reaches out to catch the ball a bit more, then it's not a penalty. Rushka with the save on the shot from the top. Comes out to Schmerman. I like what I've seen from Schmerman in this tournament. Kind of a quiet defensive player.
Yeah, and when you say, when you're describing a defensive player as quiet, that's usually a good thing.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you like to see the big hits, but, you know, really most coaches would just be happier with a guy who doesn't make mistakes.
Pesco with the shot. That hits the backside of the mesh. Late in the shot clock. Time will expire on the 30. And Pilcher will very casually pick it up. Trot over center. Takes a look up at the scoreboard above him. There's Endicott down to Bar David. Strong left Israel. Pilcher at the top. Pass to Pilcher in the middle, gets away. Schmerman picks it off. Rumbles ahead. Nice pass across to Oakes horizontally. Oakes picked up by Lundy. He'll change directions. Hand it off to Cooper Geddie. 35 left on the penalty. 16 now on the shot clock. Pick coming from Leclerc. Geddie to Pilon. And that is Van Scheppen. With 5 left. He'll just rip one into the chest of Geddie, who stops it no problem. Outlets to Schenker.
Geddie's been perfect this half.
We'll see if Israel can generate anything on this power play, or if they're going to. Pilcher took a look at Hasen, looks up. I think they're going to wait.
Yeah, he wants to make sure Hasen's not going to get a fourth goal here.
Now, where will Hasen go? Hasen very courteously closes the penalty box door behind him, runs into the defense, then breaks up. He is open. Rushka wants the ball, and I think Garrett DePape wanted to grab it and throw it ahead to Hasen. Lundy did race back, but if Rushka had just left that for his defender, I think Hasen was open.
Yeah, although I think the Israel players, including Lundy, were moving pretty fast. They got a bit of a head start.
And the ball would have been floating for a while. So.
Like Hasen had to change direction. He was floating back before he turned around.
Here he comes into the open, shoots, saved by Geddie, who has been, he's given up 10 goals, but he's made some nice saves for Israel.
Oh, yeah. This half especially.
We're halfway through the third quarter as Pilcher takes that shot and Rushka stops that one. He's been perfect so far. Right?
Now, if you were picking a goalie for Canada, do you have a favorite yet?
Penalty coming to Israel. I'll get back to you in a minute. After this play, that pass by Danby kind of pulled the string a bit. Wasn't sure he saw his man open. Pass still gets there to Van Scheppen. think either one.
Yeah, you know what?
Hasen's hard shot stopped by Geddie.
When you're winning by scores of 24-4, I can't remember.
Yeah,
the first
16,
game.
yeah, 24-4, 16-2.
End up.
Yeah.
It's awfully hard to say which goalie is playing better.
Nagy played the entire second game. I'm pretty sure he's not in the mix. I think it's the other two. I think it's Kells and Ruska. We're splitting these games. And, I mean, Ruska started the first game, was very good. Kells came in, and he was very good. They each gave up 2 goals. I mean,
they get another 5. So he's got another 5, so he's
gone.
Game.
If we get a chance to look at that, I'm curious to see another major. That's a pretty serious calling major. He's gone, and Tishkart, that's going to hurt Israel because he has been one of their better players. So it'll be served by Jordan Segal. There you go. Asking, you shall receive.
Yeah, I think that stick came up high.
Yeah. Sabo not looking too comfortable.
Again, it looked more careless than
vicious.
Vicious, yes.
Yeah.
And it doesn't, you know, maybe you use the word reckless rather than careless.
Yeah, yeah. Penalty coming to Canada. Not sure if it's a checking in the crease call. Now play is blown down. 10-second count.
Yeah, 10-second count.
Yeah. And Leclerc's ready to roll.
Leclerc doesn't realize
there's
there's a penalty to Canada.
penalty.
Lundy's upset because he saw they would have had a 4-on-3 had he been able to get over the line in time. I'm not even sure Lundy knew that they were getting a power play.
No. Hasen and the official agree to disagree on the application of the rule there. So 4-on-4 for the next 2 minutes, and then Canada will return to the power play. Assuming there are no more penalties. Lundy will start with it up top. He's got Pilcher as his other lefty, Endicott and Bar David the righties. Lions, Ingles, Hoax, and Geddie are the defenders. Lions grabs it. He's going to go ahead to Ingles, who spins, takes a peek. Leclerc taking his time. It's a little pick from Pesco, slips off it. There's Pilon, feeds it through to Sandberg, goes to the net. Gets checked down into the crease. He's got to get out. He does. Leclerc, dunk shot, tried to get it, almost succeeded as the 30 expires.
It seems so easy to run a pick and roll when Sandberg is the guy you're throwing the pass to, because they just throw it 12 feet up in the air and he's going to get it. Well,
he seals very well, and then as he steps off, I mean, you just throw it ahead and he can reach out and get it. Oh, off the face of Rushka on the shot by Bar David. Nice grab by Parkinson. Immediately looks up the floor. DePape takes the pass. Lundy with him. Little high pass, but Van Scheppen again at 6'6" reaches up and grabs that one. Leclerc. 40 seconds left on the Canadian penalty. And Leclerc rips one 5-hole. Geddie is frozen in place trying to figure out where that got through.
Yeah, that's Leclerc's 3rd goal of the game and 13th goal of the tournament. He's got to be, I'm quite sure he is leading the tournament in goals.
How many did Kolodka from Poland wind up with? He had 6 in one game, right? And then another 3. Like, he's had quite a few.
I'll pull that out in a second.
Sorry, I'm kind of putting you on the spot, but I know we were talking about it. He had quite a lot.
At least 10.
Yeah. Here's Pilcher. We still are at 4-on-4. He passes it off to Huguet.
Actually, Kolodka had 12 goals.
Okay.
He scored 2.
And how many is that for Leclerc now? He just said 11?
Leclerc's 13th.
13th, okay. So he stepped ahead. Endicott leaves it for Bar David. 10 left on the Israel penalty, or the Canada penalty. Oh, Bar David, a pretty nice little move to spin and get in an angle to shoot, but then kind of lost his balance and the shot drifted away. Here comes Aki, and Hasen steps right into the rush. It's a 4-on-2. Hasen's the open man. Great pass by Aki. The nice save, though, by Geddie. That's a very well-run break by Aki. Such a smart positional play to just drift over just enough to draw the defender to really open Hasen up. There's a bouncer by DeLille. The rebound almost grabbed by Tabak, but he couldn't get it. Geddie tries to go in. Now it's Lyons that comes away with it. He sprints around the net.
Look up the floor.
There he is. Keelan Pilon wide open, all alone. Nice save, Geddie. Oh, he stepped in the crease anyway. Isn't that twice now that Pilon's done it on the break?
His last 2 breaks.
Yeah. DeLille leaves it. Huguette.
Is that so the direction
I'm not sure
comes
if that was
from
a coach or a defender.
Chris Fox?
He is loud. Ingles fakes the pass, comes in. Oh, nice save. That was a great play because the defender really played the pass to Mandeville. So Ingles faked it, stepped around, and got a good shot off. Here comes Kenzetti. Israel shorthanded for another minute 23 on the second major discard. That's over and back. And that's just an error in judgment. And here comes Ingles. Oh, and he immediately spots he's 1-on-2.
He wanted to go.
He did, and his first thought is always go to the net.
Yeah.
But then he pulled out. He had 4 goals in Canada's first game against Australia, right?
Yeah, he's played well.
Sensational.
I mean, he's probably given out the biggest hits for Canada. Plus, he's always been a threat on the offense.
Peshko to Van Scheppen. Back to Peshko. Right to the middle to Hasen. Nice save by Geddie. Peshko gets it over to Hasen, down to Leclerc. That's Pilon. Hasen was open in the middle, but a little past the shooting spot. That one bounces off the back. There's Pilcher on the penalty kill. He's got a man ahead. Nice pass. Here comes Mackay. Look at the wheels. Great play. Keelan Pilon.
Look at the speed of Pilon.
Wow. His legs were a blur.
Coaches love that when you get a guy who's like a pure offensive player, runs back like that.
Absolute commitment to that defensive transition play. A transition defense play, probably. Is a better way to put it. Hasen takes it off the boards. A little check. Oh, there is a penalty coming to Pilcher.
Okay.
Kind of a half-hearted raise of the hand by Roger Nurse. And Luke Pilcher just says, yeah, it probably was. So it'll be 5-on-3 for 4 seconds. Then Jordan Segal will come out serving the Tishgard penalty. Here's the hustle by Pilon.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And that was Mackay who had that breakaway.
Yeah.
Mackay's been one of the quicker guys for.
He has. I think he just didn't realize, because Mackay is quite fast, but he was kind of slowing down to prepare. Didn't realize that Pilon was just coming like gangbusters. Back to 5-on-4. Shot by Sandberg, stopped, rolls out to Pilon. The recent defensive hero. There's Van Scheppen as they go strong left. Hasen to Leclerc. Sandberg, it looked like he was going to catch a pass, and it's almost like he thought, that's too far to be to me. Nothing's too far for you. Mitchell Sandberg with that reach. Could have got it. That's going to get up out of play into the mesh. Didn't touch anyone in Israel, so they will get the ball. Lucas Kenzetti. Lundy coming off the bench to take the pass. Kenzetti's going to wait and now get it ahead to him. That's a pretty nice play to set him up. Drives to the middle. Oh, nice save. Lane Hrushka. You know Hrushka means pear in Slovak?
Pear is in the fruit?
Yeah.
Pear? Okay.
Yeah. Sam Leclerc with the ball coming in the offensive zone. Austin Hasen will give it back to Leclerc. Tries to bang one through the middle, but Geddie had the 5-hole closed.
Geddie looking a lot more confident. Oh boy.
Oh, that was straight to Pilon. To Hasen. Oh, nice block. Great play by Liam Mackay. And here comes Riley DeLille, sorry. 24 seconds to go here in the third quarter. It's 11-3 Canada. Israel killing some time here on this penalty. They can go till 7 seconds left in the shot clock, or in the period on the shot clock. It's grabbed by Danby, pass ahead. Hoax didn't see it coming. Now he's going to try and track it down, and he gets there, but can't quite grab it. And the period's going to end. We're going to go to break. It is 11-3 Canada over Israel. I am Steven Stamp with Brian Shanahan. Thanks for being with us, everyone, at the 2019 World Junior Lacrosse Championship. We'll be back with the fourth quarter after this break. Here we go, the highlights.
And it was only one goal in this period, so the highlights were the saves made by this guy. Justin Geddie had a fantastic period. You know, Canada had a number of power plays, including a couple of major 5-minute majors, and they only scored the one goal. Austin Hasen scored a goal, but Justin Geddie, I'd say, easily faced 15 shots that period.
Yeah, and when it's 11-3 going into the fourth quarter, the goalie for the team with the three has given up 11. Probably not in prime consideration for play of the game, but after that quarter,
that was a great
I think he was
quarter.
player of the quarter, no question.
No, I'm not sure. Yeah,
I'm not sure who else
three different guys have scored.
Yeah,
I think he has been their best player.
I think he probably has
to this point.
Van Scheppen hands it off to Keelan Pilon. Leclerc misses one far side. Pilon will track it down.
Should I say that Luke Pilcher looks like he's a little frustrated out there? That set him off last goal.
Oh, there's a shot for 5-hole. Pilon will get it back as it bounced off of Geddie. And Riley DeLille is getting a little riled up down there. Going after Callan Harris. Pilon over to Hasen.
Good defense.
Yeah, there's Van Scheppen, sidearm shot, stopped by Geddie.
Oh, look.
Who was that too? It was aiming for Pilcher? I thought it was originally heading for DeLille.
I think he was aiming after DeLille, and it didn't go exactly where he wanted, but at least it was a safe area.
Yeah, it went kind of between the two of them. Endicott's on this side. He'll get the pass. It's a little high for him, but he tracks it down. 7 on the shot clock. There's Tom Kerr. That one's wide. Zabo couldn't come up with it, but it won't matter because the 30 is about to expire, and Pilcher just flicks it up over into the far corner. Pesco just sloughs off a check, passes it across to Harris. There's Leclerc on the rip. Face save. From the head to the toe, Geddie's using it all right now. There's Sandberg. That was a pass, right?
You know what? That was the stick of Joey Tabek that forced
did it touch it?
Yeah.
Okay. Harris. Over to Van Scheppen. Sandberg was down in the crease. Van Scheppen, oh, what a shot. We've seen that from him. Every time, well, we didn't this time. I was going to say, I remember the first game, you were talking about what a good setup man, what a good passer he is. And he did that, and he's had about 4 of them.
As he was coming around the top, and I thought, I was feeling fear for Geddie, because I thought Van Scheppen is going to get to step into this, right? You see Tabak followed his man down. It was too late to make the switch. Van Scheppen had all kinds of time to wind up in that.
So we had just 1 goal in the 3rd quarter. We have 1:2:03 into the 4th. We'll see what happens next. Friedman and Aki. Friedman pulls it out. The future BU Terrier comes away with the ball, hands it to DeLille. And he thought Geddie got up into his face a bit. Endicott tried to grab it. Eventually, oh, that's over and back. Yeah. DeLille's over and back. It's a bump from Danby.
He looked like he wasn't even thinking.
He just didn't seem to be paying attention.
Could have been called for delay there too.
Yeah, because he stood over the ball
as strict as they're supposed to.
Peshko. Hasen had to reach for that one. Leclerc couldn't quite get it to Peshko. Here comes Harris. Nobody on him. He bangs it off the crossbar. DeLille looking for an outlet, and it's Geddie. First man off the bench will be Pilcher. He'll take the pass. See what he can generate. Zabo on D. Turns him aside. Pilcher changes direction and hits Endicott. That shot blocked by Wyatt Hoax, the captain. Foley to Bar David. Lundy winds up and rips one. Rushka got some of it, didn't know where it was, but Hoaxted throws it ahead to Lyons. Kind of funny half-hopped him. And goes all the way down to Geddie. Oh, right into Lyons' stick behind the back. And you kind of want to say pull it out, but that would have been a beauty if it had gone in. Now, the behind-the-back pass I don't like. But that shot was pretty lovely. Just didn't find its mark. Are you with me on the pass, though?
Yep, I am.
Here is Endicott to Foley. That's Tabak running in. Hoax on him. Just kind of runs him down into the ground. It's a crease violation. Here comes Parkinson. I love the way Canada looks up immediately, and there they find Leclerc. That's a nice save by Geddie. Just got a piece of his arm on it. Parkinson grabs it. We'll hand it off to Quinn Ingles. Van Scheppen. Peshko sidearm. Ref had to duck out of the way. Sidearm pass. That one's a little off, but it comes straight back to Sandberg, who goes to... Peshko's shot will bounce out and around back to Leclerc. 3-way collision. Mackay gets a penalty on that one. And he knows it. It's straight to the box without it saying a word.
That was a long sequence of offense for Canada, and a couple of resets.
Here's the play along the boards. Yeah, he just got his hand or stick up into the face of Leclerc.
Israel penalty to number 42.
So with Mackay in the box, Canada goes back to the power play. They're up 12-3. It's that 6-1 second period. That's the second quarter. That's the big difference right now.
Well, Geddie has been the best player for Israel, and,
yeah,
in this second half. Just allowed 2 goals so far, and there's been a number of power plays and a lot of shots.
Van Scheppen down to Sandberg. Peshko rips one off the crossbar that had the net rocking. Comes back out to Van Scheppen. He's got it at the top. Peshko to Van Scheppen. Space for Pilon. He missed. Lots of time on the shot clock. That one's tipped aside by DeLille. Pilon missed. And it's grabbed there by Greg Wells. Danby comes all the way across the floor to pick up Wells. Wants to get some pressure on. Not let Israel just go into penalty kill mode. Here's DeLille. 44 left on the penalty. Wells is heading off, and Lundy is indicating he's putting his stick up for a pass before he's even off the bench. They just take that shot or pass from the outside. Huguette will almost grab it.
Not a bad play by DeLille. He saw nobody was coming out to get him, so there's no need to pass the ball around.
And Chapin gives it to Pilon. 18 left on the penalty. See how aggressively Canada attacks. Kind of want to shoot in the next 6 seconds or so if you're going to do it. Pilon comes in. That's a good time. But the save by Geddie. Now Canada's going to wait. Mackay will come back in. Pesco takes a look, passes it off. They get started. Shot clock buzzes at the other end, but good attentiveness, and that's tapped back in by Austin Hasen. Is that 3 or 4 for him?
4 for Hasen.
4.
Right spot, the rebound comes out to him. Watch him sneak behind the defender there. He was actually looking for the pass. It didn't come, but the rebound came and made Geddie jump and put it in the empty net.
14-3, Canada pulls ahead.
13, I think.
13-3, sorry, it's already up on the board. That's their second goal here in the fourth quarter after a 1-0 third quarter. Friedman won the draw and somehow gets that one through to DeLille through a couple of red jerseys and their attached sticks.
Oh.
Let's just flick back over center.
He looks like he's hurt DeLille.
Yeah, it's coming to Cooper Geddle.
He's either hurt or just extremely frustrated.
He's just standing hunched over outside the change box, now steps in. And he was actually too many men on the floor because he was standing a foot away from the change box, but now he makes his way in. I think he's frustrated because he just whacked his stick on the wall in behind. He's gone into the tunnel in the hallway behind. There's a shot by Leclerc. Schenker passes it ahead. Here comes Liam Mackay. Tried to get it through to Pilcher, didn't quite connect. Brad Lyons nicely broke it up. And then the long pass to Sherman, and there's Hasen. Nice save, Geddie.
Hasen going for his 5th goal of the game.
Kenzetti, tracked by Schwerman.
Oh, that was a
That pass picked off by Lyons. Yeah, that was forced a bit. Lyons has Zabo with him, but he's going to just slow things down, go into the offensive zone. Hasen on the back door, but it's Pilon that makes himself available up at the top. Well, there's Harris. He'll spin out. Very disciplined Canadian team.
Yeah.
Pilon through to Harris, flicks it over. Pesco
Gets the shot. Snake bit in this game. Remember that last game he scored? I think the first time he touched the ball and ended up with 4 goals. He's probably had about 10 shots on net today and hasn't been able to put it in.
Help comes from Ingles, and Pesco comes up with the ball, kind of got in Ingles' way, but comes away with it breaking. Look at the speed for the big man, and then the hard twister. What a play by Pesco. The more you say people are frustrated,
I know, people are going to thank
you're
me.
their lucky charm.
I think it was, that last game, the Iroquois, just as I said, Bomberry hasn't scored a goal.
What was it, 20 seconds later?
He came out and scored, and Pesco, and not your typical Pesco goal. Pesco usually, he uses his size in front of the net. He's got a good outside shot. It's rare to see him get the breakaway, but you see pretty good speed on this play. He picks up the loose ball at center, pulls away from the defender, and
stepped in the crease a little maybe, but we won't talk about that.
No.
What a play, though. The back check causes the turnover, gets the ball. I think we're having a goaltending change for Israel. And great play to get the ball. The wheels on the big man, Pesco.
Yeah.
And then the hands. I mean, that was a hard twister. Really lovely play. Yeah. Keenan Francis-esque.
Oh, we're going to look at it again.
Let's see.
So he's coming down the wrong side of the floor.
Yeah. Right foot.
Oh, let's look at that again. Oh, let's see. Oh.
Here we go.
Oh, here we go. yeah. Don't worry, Jonathan Pesco. Referees didn't see it. That's Pesco's 5th goal of the tournament. didn't play game 1 for Canada.
.640 to go here. It is Canada solidly in control.
You know, and we can say that, you know, Canada's only scored 4 goals in the second half, but they haven't allowed any.
True.
I'll tell you, any coach would say they would prefer to be outscoring a team 4-0. In the first half, they outscored 10-3. But I bet most coaches would say they love the shutout.
I remember hearing someone talk about Roger Nielsen. I remember somebody asked a bunch of hockey coaches what their ideal score was as Israel trying to get across the line here with Cameron Griffin in the net. He makes the pass, but it's picked off. And here comes Parkinson. They asked a bunch of hockey coaches, what's your ideal score? Of Peterborough Pete's coaches, like they asked, and one guy said 1-0. One guy said 6-0, and Roger Nielsen said 0-0. Hard shot by Hasen. Griffin makes the save. And somebody said, you know, I think Roger would be happier about taking the point away from you than getting the point for himself. He loved his defense, that's for sure.
Great stories about Roger Nielsen and the way he could manipulate the rules. Many of the rules were put in there to stop him from doing the things he did. Oh, here we go.
There's Luke Pilcher. A little late, and it's not going to be enough, but that's a beautiful shot.
Yeah, and a nice setup by his buddy Brendan Lundy. Watch how Lundy pulls a couple of men down at him. Nice, and Pilcher backs up as he sees the 2 men go down on Lundy. And just an excellent shot.
And that looked for all the world like a far top corner shot by Pilcher. He loaded up and he changed it right at the last second and pulled it near side. That's, I mean, that is a very deceptive and very precise shot. Friedman pulls it out, but Parkinson is standing there waiting for it. But everyone's battling. We've got 6 guys going after this ball. Geddie can't get it. In comes Ted Wells, and it's Oriel Mandeville that gets it. He's got Geddie on the far side, but he's going to slow it down a bit. Now he goes to Peshko. Coming up to the final 5 minutes of this semifinal. Sam Leclerc rips one home. That's a beautiful shot. How many is that for Leclerc?
4 for Leclerc.
4 for him, so he's tied
4.
Austin Hasen.
Yeah. Well, since we'll be getting around to talking about MVPs or player of the game,
Who you got?
Hasen.
Yeah.
No question. Hasen.
Yeah, me too.
And you know what? Like Sam Leclerc could have been player of the game for every game he played.
That's true.
And I agree with what you were saying. You know, switch it up. I mean, if he hadn't won one, it would be a toss-up.
Yeah, exactly.
But since he's already won one.
And Hasen hasn't.
Hasen hasn't. Hasen is the man today.
Wyatt Hoax in to take the face-off against Friedman. Hoax just kind of goes right over the top. That's going to be a face-off violation. Israel will get the ball. Geddie gives it off to Lundy. We'll have the player of the game presentations after the game. Lundy couldn't accept that pass from Pilcher, and it's grabbed there by Hoax. Passes ahead to Zabo. Kind of eludes him. They've got some time, and he'll just toss it over to Ingles. Nice, calm play. Lions. Ingles there to be his outlet. Here comes a forward, and Ingles goes off. Very sound fundamental across there by the Canadian team. Van Scheppen to Pilon. That's Leclerc. Gets his own rebound. He'll go up to Van Scheppen at the top. No, he's not going to. Now he will. Told you he was going to. Sandberg. Canada spread wide. 20 on the shot clock after the reset. Leclerc tried the backdoor pass. Didn't get to anyone. Tabak grabs it and heads up for Israel. 4 minutes to go. Remember tomorrow, there's Lidor Ashramkar. Tomorrow, 5 p.m., Israel, I'm pretty sure, and the United States fighting for the bronze medal. And that should be a very interesting game. And then the shot by Tabak, stopped by Rushka, he freezes. Canada and Iroquois at 8 for the gold medal. That's going to be a dandy.
That's going to be exciting.
Schmerman tried to feed it through to Hasen. It was a pretty nice idea, but Wells got his stick on it.
Stick up.
Callan Harris to the net. Stopped by Cameron Griffin. Good for him. Oh, but it's pulled out by Hasen and gets his 5th of the game.
Good goal. And perfectly legal.
Yep.
The ball was outside of the crease.
So you can rake under the stick.
Yeah, watch where this rebound goes. It's outside the crease. If that was in the crease,
then you have to leave it.
Yeah, you can't rake under the stick.
Great play by Hasen. And we got a nice shot of the Star of David and insignia in the mesh of the stick of Cameron Griffin. If we ever get another look, it's pretty cool.
I like the way the Israel team stood up for the national anthem, and they all put their arms around each other.
They kind of did it gradually as they started doing it partway through.
It was a spontaneous thing. You're right. You could tell it wasn't planned. Just a few guys started doing it, and they all joined in.
Nice save, Rushka on Lundy. Here comes Parkinson, as always, immediately looking up the floor and the wheels to get it up there. Danby will accept that pass. Very calmly steps around the one check, spins, and finds Leclerc. 3 minutes to go. We will have the players of the game after the game.
Any doubt about Hasen? He's got 5 goals now.
If there was any doubt, the 5th one erased it, right?
Yeah. And I like the game that this guy's played too, Brendan Zabel.
Yes, he has been very good. The Canadian defense has really played well as a unit. I think Ingles has been good again. Brad Lyons right there coming out on Foley. Nice save by Rushka. Both the Canadian goalies played well. Here's Endicott, fresh 30 as they pick that one up. Pilcher across to Lundy. Nice pick off by Zabo. Can Lundy get with him? Zabo's going to slow down. He's got Ingles trailing. He's going to pass. No, he's going to shoot. Zabo had me convinced. What a fake, and then the underhand finish.
Nice goal. I mean, yeah, Hasen's my player of the game, but if there was nobody scoring 5 goals, I'd be picking Zabel.
If we did O&D,
and we
Zabo's
just mentioned him before this happened, and this starts with the interception. Good speed. Sees he has a 2-on-1, so he stops. Makes everybody, including the goalie, think he's going to pass and takes that nice, smooth underhand shot.
Brendan Lundy played that 2-on-1 pretty well.
Yeah, he did.
Back,
really
or
did.
Okay, coming back. Aki and Friedman. Friedman pulls it back. Aki, face-off violation. Israel will get it. Parkinson leaves the ball, and it'll be picked up by Greg Wells. Coming to the final 2 minutes of the game. It's been a quick game. We've been doing a lot of games for well over 2 hours, but we're still at 14 minutes to 10 here. Pilcher, his opposite number 77, Danby on him. Foley's hard shot. Brian Foley's been stepping up, playing quite a bit of Owen this game, and doing a pretty nice job of it.
Yeah, he got a lot behind that shot. Foley
Mandeville takes the pass.
Chicago, Illinois.
Hasen had the stick up, looking for a pass, wants the sock trick. Ted Wells is directing traffic. He wants somebody to get Hasen. Nobody does, but Griffin takes it away. Hasen's going to try and pick it up. Penalty coming. Nobody's got the ball, so it's to Israel.
How? The coaches are yelling. I didn't see it.
Oh, it's Mackay. I was looking at Ted Wells.
Mackay
I didn't see that one. It could have
been a regular parade to the penalty box.
Yeah. 1:18 to play 17.
Let's see if you can see. Okay, there's Mackay right there.
Here he comes.
No. That's not a hit from behind. That's a push on the butt.
Van Scheppen over to
That's when you got to tell the referee we're teammates in the summer.
They are, aren't they?
Yeah.
Right. Still, you can still. Oh, there's a shot. Oh, Keelan Pilon is snake bitten this game. He's had some chances. He stepped on the crease line, behind the back from Leclerc over to Van Scheppen Peshko. Pilon, hard pass to Leclerc. Finds Pilon, who buries it.
Oh, this time he does. Everybody froze there for a couple seconds.
Yeah.
You know, when that pass went to Leclerc, I think everyone thought Leclerc was trying to quick stick when he did, and I think everybody relaxed. So, okay, good. play is not there. Watch this pass. So Pilon on the crease, and number 23 just froze. That's Greg Wells.
Ed Wells down low, number 9, put his head down. 18-4, Canada pulls ahead, 44.8 seconds to go. Leclerc and Pilon enjoying a smile and a laugh there together. Friedman, another face-off win. What a performance this guy's had in this tournament so far. Played some decent defense as well. I mean, you know, really it's a fogo position in field lacrosse.
Yeah.
He's adjusting to box like so many guys, and he's looked okay defensively, I think.
Yeah.
Lundy, nice job to keep the ball from falling into the Israel bench. Still hanging on to it. And now they're just going to push him into the bench if nothing else is going to happen. And a couple of Israel players give Quinn Ingles a push. 14.5 to go. Canada will advance to the gold medal game tomorrow at 8 p.m. against Iroquois. Before that, we'll have Israel and USA playing at 5 p.m. Eastern time for the bronze medal. The final score in this game will be Canada 18, Israel 4. We're going to hang around for the player of the game presentations and take a look at some highlights. So stick with us here as everyone will go and talk to their goaltenders, congratulate them.
Well, it's probably the result we were expecting. Not an embarrassment for Israel. They played a strong game, as well as you could expect. And we're going to get.
You're not dancing.
Waiting for the gold medal game before we celebrate.
Right? I'll tell you, you get cool in the game going. You got some moves to get going. We're going to take a look at what Austin Hasen did in this game, Shanny.
Hasen started the scoring with this high outside shot that made it 1-0. So that's all he did. No, just
Does it? No, wait, there's more.
There we go. That's the same play again. So that was his first goal of the game. On a turnover, it pays to be the slowest guy to run back sometimes.
By the way.
Nice pass. He scores his second goal of the game. Watch this one. He's looking for a pass, doesn't get it. Instead gets the rebound. I believe that might have been his fourth goal. And yeah, this is one where he rakes up the rebound that's out of the crease, so you're allowed to do that. Yep. Easy one. So he's got the outside game and the inside garbage as well.
And how much do goal scorers like scoring goals? You see the smiles on his face after every one of those goals and his teammates. Goal scorers love to score.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone loves to score.
Yeah, non-goal scorers love it too. We just never got to do it as
much
as often.
Sometimes they enjoy it even more. There again, you can see a look at the stick of the goaltender, Cameron Griffin. You see the large star of David.
I like that.
Very cool, eh? I think Zach Higgins has that in his as well, the senior team goaltender for Israel.
It's Cameron Griffin from Beverly, Massachusetts.
There you go. Is that the New Hampshire Tomahawks he plays for?
Yes, New Hampshire Tomahawks, yep.
And what school? His school's in Andover?
He goes to Beverly High School.
Oh, Beverly High School.
Yeah. He's a 2000.
Justin Geddie, the players of the game being announced. Justin Geddie, the goaltender for Israel.
That's a good call. I think that's what we were discussing. Especially the second half, you know.
Yeah.
If he was as outstanding in the first half as he was in that second half, I think there would have been some frustration by Canada.
I think he was pretty good. I know what you mean. Like, he really stepped it up.
And like in that second half, he only allowed one goal against in that third quarter.
Yeah.
And there was 2 5-minute majors against him. And we said, like,
unbelievable.
Israel has no chance to win this unless he is ridiculous.
He was very good.
And he was very, very good.
Austin Hasen goes against the player of the game for Canada. They're going to get a picture. Hey, they get the head for a stick. I always find it funny when the goalies get the stick or the head.
Oh, yeah.
But he'll be a popular guy with his teammates.
Oh, yeah. You know, very deserving award for both guys. I wholeheartedly agree with both picks.
I hope he hangs on to it for himself and strings up a nice shooter stick for himself to get a chance. That will do it for tonight. I am Steven Stamp with
day
Brian
tomorrow.
Shannon. It's a big day. 5 o'clock, Israel, USA for the bronze medal. 8 p.m. Eastern time, Canada and Iroquois for the gold at the IIJL 2019 World Junior Lacrosse Championship. We'll see you then. Make sure you're with us. Have a great night. See you tomorrow.